Okay, 3 tie-break sets. I'm following the next then.
So the main draw opening round matches continue the 2013 Moorilla Hobart International. Really looking forward to this match between the number 8 seed Sloane Stephens of the USA taking on Laura Robson. A couple of the younger players on the tour. Laura 18 years of age, Sloane Stephens 19 years of age. First time in the main draw for Sloane Stephens. Looking forward to this opening round match.
Warming up on centre court. Well, boy, can you roll one down this end, please?
Let's tell you a little bit more about the players. At the bottom of your screen is Laura Robson, ranked 53 in the world. It's around her highest ranking of 52. Has had
across, thank you.
Really good 2012.
And
a finalist at the tournament in Guangzhou. He's the first British player to reach the final there. 22 years. WTA or WTA final. First final at WTA. 22 years. I've been a semi-finalist, a quarter-finalist, 4th round at the US Open, silver medalist at the Olympics in the mixed doubles with Andy Murray. got through around the new tournament in Shenzhen in China before falling to Monica Nicolescu 6-2, 6-3.
Yep.
8 years of age, was born in Melbourne, now plays for Team GB. And there is Sloane Stephens, the 8th seed. As mentioned, the first time in the Hobart main draw. Lost in the first round of qualifying last year. Has had a big rise through the rankings in 2012. Semi-finalist in 2 events on the WTA. 4th round of the French Open. 3rd round at Wimbledon and the US Open. And still reached her highest ranking of 36, despite having periods out with injury. Got through around in Brisbane as well and fell to the eventual champion Serena Williams 6-4, 6-3. And certainly big things expected of Sloane Stephens, looking for that
Robson won the toss and chose the serve.
up-and-coming player in the women's side of American tennis. So Laura Robson won the toss and is choosing to serve. There is the forecast that stands at the moment. 27 degrees, beautiful conditions in Hobart. Right now, 25 degrees. Wind keeps shifting around. It has picked up slightly as the afternoon has gone on. And we won't be too far away from this match getting underway. Match in the bottom half of the draw. The winner of this match to play the winner of Simona Halep. And whoever her opponent will be, we'll have to find out after qualifying concludes later on today. And this will complete the main draw singles matches for today. A couple of doubles to come on centre courts later on this afternoon. Good crowd in too. It is a kids' tennis day here at the Moorilla Hobart International.
Where is the bin?
The bin's just this big red one.
Oh, okay.
The players just finishing off their preparations, so we won't be too far away from a start. So we are the Domain Tennis Centre in Hobart. It'll be Laura Robson to get us underway. This is the first meeting between these two players. So the early stage of this match will be an opportunity for players to get a good look at each other's games. And that will be a shot to watch.
30-15.
Anything that is remotely short will be punished.
Juice.
It's the first time in Hobart for Laura Robson. It can take the players a little while to adjust to the windy conditions.
Net.
And we'll take the dead net court as well. So an early break point here.
Back to the net.
So overall by the chair umpire as well, and an early break for Sloane Stephens. Now, I mentioned Sloane Stephens reached the quarterfinals in Brisbane. Good wins over Dominika Sibylkova and Sofia Arvidsson in straight sets, both of those. Falling 6-4, 6-3 to Serena Williams. And what was a pretty entertaining match, but Serena Williams has been unstoppable the past 6 months.
Sloane Stephens. Fifteen left.
Nothing on that slice. Had to set up nicely for Robson to easily put that away. Doing well again. It's taking a little bit off that. Robson didn't need to hit it as hard heading down the line on that forehand. Still Stevens way out of court. Had to move forward as well as getting across the court as well.
Advantage Stevens.
That's nicely finished up the line. So the break is consolidated. Good start to the American, the number 8 seed. Well, Robson's just 18 years of age, but she's been around the tour for a couple of years now. So plenty of promise as a junior and making that transition now to the senior ranks. That's her first double fault for the match. And there's a good group of players from Great Britain now, particularly on the women's side. Elena Beltasha, who's spent some time inside the top 50. Heather Watson and Kiothavong. Certainly it's Laura Robson making her mark now. We'll get on the board here. It's a second double fault, a little tricky with the sun. That's a good way to finish it. So Stevens with the break in this opening set, 2-1.
Tie.
So Stevens now with the break, 2-1.
Love 15.
One of the things you find about Sloane Stevens is that she gets through points of service games pretty quickly. It's a good pace. That's nicely done. That's right in the hitting zone of that Robson backhand.
15.
Didn't really have to move at all. That's too much. Really didn't have to go for so much there. Robson would have had a good position at the net. Just pressing a little bit too hard. Game point for Stevens.
Game Stevens.
So Stevens holds 3-1 now.
Stevens leads by
As the breeze starts to pick up again. Yeah, a little trickier for the players, but still ideal conditions here at the Domain Tennis Centre in Hobart. Yeah, just a little frustrated with herself. Here under her breath saying, hit the ball. A bit more topspin. That ball floating that time. That's a better serve. Good jamming serve.
15.
With Stevens' forehand. better. Not overplaying that time. Stay nice and low, put the ball cross court. And what was going to happen there? You make Stevens or your opponent come up with the big shot. They're still in good position at the net. And again.
40-15.
Very well balanced. Got into position nice and early. And so Robson holds. Still down a break though. 3-2, Stevens leading in the opening set. One of the new initiatives of the Moorilla Hobart International has been about 10 or 11 junior tournament directors. There's not a junior tournament happening. They are helping the main tournament director, Mark Hanley, with his work across the week of the tournament. And Sam joins us here to tell us a little bit about it. Welcome, Sam. It's really going to be a very interesting week for you guys because you're doing all sorts of different things out there.
Yeah, definitely. Like we're doing stuff like patron services, so helping at the gate, player services with Meg, who's in charge of that, helping the players with their practice courts and things like that, and just all different sort of things around the place.
So there's plenty to do putting a tournament like this together. You think smaller than the Australian Open, but there's always things going on all the time, and it's going to get a lot busier now that the tournament's underway.
Yeah, I think now the main draws started, things sort of come into place and are more organised now, so we've definitely got some more jobs to do as some of the bigger names start coming in.
So what have you been doing so far? Tournaments just gotten underway.
Well, this morning we had a kids' day for kids under 15. So this morning we were helping out with that, with the free balloons and giveaways. Player services bit, which I think was my favourite so far. Just get to see all the players and help them with whatever they need. And patron services, so it's just scanning the tickets and being the first people they see as they come in the gate.
And there have been a few of them today coming through.
Yeah,
which
bigger
is
crowd than I've seen yet.
And they'll keep getting bigger as the tournament goes on as well.
Yeah.
That's nicely done by Stevens. Big first serve coming into play. You had the chance to meet some of the players?
Yeah, especially in player services, you get to meet lots of them. I've known some already from previous years here, but lots of new ones coming in and show them where to go and get to meet them. That's good.
Have you been surprised that there are so many jobs that need to be done around the tournament?
Yeah, definitely. I didn't really know that, in depth, how much has to be done around the place, and definitely get to see with this role how much really needs to be done.
40.
And you said before that there were 11 of you involved here.
11, yeah.
So did you have to do any training beforehand? Did you sit down with handles pre-tournament and sit down and work out what you were going to do?
We had a few meetings just going over the sort of things we'd have to do and sort of say that we're happy to do whatever role is thrown at us, and not stuff like, it's a warm day, let's go to the beach, and sort of ditch what needs to be done.
So Stevens holds the leading 4-2 now. I suppose that's pretty important because the main tournament director can't do that.
Yeah.
And And do you play tennis as well?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Here at the Domain Tennis Centre?
Yep, here at the Domain.
Excellent. What sort of competitions do you play?
I play in like the Optus Junior tournaments, like the different levels, and now I'm playing under 16s, so I'll probably start to play some of the AMTs as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Third double fault for Robson. AMT's are Australian money tournaments, we should explain for people who might be watching us overseas. Have you had the chance to play anywhere else on the Optus Junior Tour?
I've only played in Tasmania, Hobart, Launceston and Burnie mainly. But hopefully this year I'll have the opportunity to go to Melbourne for a few. Yeah.
And who's the player you're most looking forward to seeing this week?
Definitely Moorilla.
Down here as a wild card, won the tournament a couple of years ago. Do you remember that?
Yep, definitely.
Be in action over the next couple of days. And I mentioned it was quite hot a couple of days ago. The hottest day Hobart's had. I think were you working in player services that day when
I was.
The players were coming in, and it was a tricky day for everyone.
Very. I feel very sorry for the players having to be out on court. Because out on the hard court it's about 10 degrees hotter than off the hard court, so playing at about 51 degrees wouldn't be very nice.
You get the chance to play here a lot. We've talked a lot about the wind and what it can do. How windy does it get to being up on a hill like we are at the moment?
It gets pretty windy, like as we saw earlier on in the tournament, like 45k winds, which isn't always the best. The balls go absolutely everywhere and it's hard to control, but I guess it's good practice because they're not going to stop a match just because it's windy.
Do you think it's an advantage, though, the fact that you play here, so all your opponents who might be playing elsewhere come to this venue and got an idea of how the wind plays and all that sort of thing?
Yeah, definitely, especially if you have people from the mainland often complaining about the weather. It's like we're used to it, so it's okay. So we've got an advantage because we have to deal with all sorts of different weather. It's never really sort of set out what weather it's going to be because it always changes.
So game point for Robson. Nicely done by Stevens. Great defensive work at the back of the court. It's a pretty entertaining match, this one.
Very tough for both players.
Particularly as it's their, well, for Sloane Stevens, first time in the main draw, but the first time that Laura Robson's been able to come down and play this event too. Just can't finish Robson. Unforced errors early in this match. So another breakpoint opportunity, chance to go to 5-2. When did the players start arriving for the event?
They started arriving about maybe the 1st of January. especially some of the qualifiers, and then main draws players started rolling in a bit later, just towards the start of the qualifying.
Ball catching the frame of Stevens. We go back to Deuce. Yeah, a couple more still arriving today, even.
Yeah.
From Holtman Cup and the other events that are going on at the moment.
Yeah, there are some players who still haven't arrived, like, for instance, Clara Zakopolova, who's still playing or might have just finished in China, I think. So hopefully she'll be here in time.
Serving. You right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
How do you go playing lefties?
I don't really seem to notice it that much because, yeah, it doesn't really fuss me, really. There's not many lefties anyway, so I don't really have the opportunity to play them much.
Again, an unforced error by Robson. These are the opportunities that she needs to take. That ball set up nicely. It's there to be put away, but that breeze just started to pick up. She was serving. I'm very impressed by the weather forecast because the last couple of times I've come down here, we've had rain for a lot of the tournaments. So as part of your role, if it does happen to rain, are you out there with the towels and helping to dry up?
Well, hopefully it won't rain because that's definitely not a job that's that entertaining. But I guess if it needs to be done, then I'm sure we'll be put out there to help.
So after a bit of a struggle, Robson holds. Stevens still with the break though. 4 games to 3. So what's on for the rest of the day?
The rest of the day, I'll probably watch the rest of the singles and the rest of the doubles. And I'm not sure after that.
Might go home.
Yeah, probably.
And then for the next couple of days, you'll just be working your way around like all the other junior tournament directors are?
Yeah, just going through all the different roles. Yeah.
Could you see yourself maybe down the track? A long way down the track. I mean, you're just starting out as a junior now, but a long way down the track, maybe wanting to be a tournament director?
Yeah, that's always a possibility. I'd like to stay involved with tennis, just however I can.
Yeah, it certainly is a fun sport. Who are some of the other names, junior names, that we should be looking out for here in Tasmania?
Like as players? Well, we've got 2 wild cards from Tasmania, some juniors, going to play the doubles this year. So Janaea Smith and Alyssa Hibbard, who's been away in America playing college tennis, and she's back down, and they got a wild card together to play the doubles, so they'll be playing tomorrow night against the number 3 seeds. And yeah, well, Janaea's really good. I think she's 16 and first WTA doubles.
Yep.
So it'd be a good experience for her.
Have they played together before?
Yeah, but not in something of this level. I don't even think really ITF's probably just the junior tournaments and the money tournaments.
They'd be a little bit nervous, maybe?
Yeah, just a bit. Janaea was saying earlier that now she gets to go up and sit in the player lounge. It doesn't really feel right because she was one of the junior tournament directors, and now she's sitting up there with all the players, so it's a bit different.
It's a great return from Robson, just catching the ball nice and early. Stevens had that early break, the opening game of the match, and has kept tracking from there.
15-30.
Now, it's a little bit different. Somewhere that played as a junior and come through, and now the chance to play at the top level.
Yeah, I think
pretty
she's
exciting.
Really excited. She told me I didn't believe her. Then she showed me the form, and I was like, oh, okay.
15-40.
So break points here for Robson. Chance to get this back to 4-all. So who are your favourite tennis players overall? No, you're looking forward to seeing Yaka playing here this week.
Yeah, well, she's definitely my favourite. And some of the bigger names who aren't coming here, like, say, Azarenka or Sharapova, they're always good. But I think Yaka's definitely my favourite.
Nice work here from Stevens, saving those break points. It's amazing too, players coming from all over the world to get here and having to travel from tournament to tournament. Every week it's a new place.
Yeah, it'd be quite fun. I think I'd enjoy it.
Advantage, Robson.
Both players putting plenty on the ground strokes in the ball. Putting flats. And Robson again with a break point. And saved again. So good long rallies between the pair in the early stages of this one. It's been good to watch.
Advantage, 6.
So it's a big setup here at the Domain Tennis Centre, isn't it? So we've got the court here, which everyone can see. Then there's a couple of other plexi cushion courts, some clay courts set up as well.
Yeah, we've got all sorts of different surfaces, which is good.
What's your favourite?
Plexi cushion, definitely.
Stevens' first double fault for the match. Some long games to start with. The match has been in progress 35 minutes.
Advantage, Stevens.
Gee, another bad miss. Seems like the player's just catching the ball a little bit late. The ball just tends to move around with the wind when it picks up.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that's a bit of a problem.
It's a good serve. Plenty of power. Just helping to set up the point. Too much as well. So this by far the longest game of the match. No one really able to close it out, but it's more off the unforced errors than the winners. Oh, just catching a bit of the line. It's a little hard to tell this angle, but the umpire in excellent position right on that line. It just dropped at the last second. So another break point here for Laura Robson. Well, miss hit from Robson off the return. Good speed by Stevens just to finish that ball off. What would you say your biggest strength is in your game, Sam?
I'd probably say forehand. But I rather off forehands, but yeah, I reckon forehand.
Taking the tape at the last second. The way we're going, if this game's any indication, we might be here till 10 o'clock tonight.
Oh, well. Good tennis.
That's good serving. So it was a hell of a struggle, but Sloane Stevens holds 5 games to 3 now in this opening sets. Earlier, Olga Ilotsova with a win over Carlos Suarez Navarro in the other main draw match being played today. Mandy Manella having a win in the final round of qualifying. Round 1 matches to continue tomorrow. And all streamed right here on YouTube. HobartInternational.com. Important for Robson to keep pace with Stevens here. Make Sloane serve it out. Good depth by Robson.
30 left.
Did you see Laura play at the Olympics?
I saw a little bit of it, but yeah, I couldn't say I saw a whole match, but from what I saw, she was playing pretty well. Good serving again. Forcing Stevens to move wide onto that forehand.
Wait, please.
Did not have to move. Straight onto the Stevens backhand. Very nice up the line. Great power. So Robson holds 5 games to 4 now in this opening set. Stevens will be coming out to serve for the opening set. Sam, we'll let you get back to junior tournament director duties, whatever they might be. Thanks for coming in and spending some time.
Thanks.
Three set points here for Stevens. Breaker serve in the opening game. Enough to get to this stage. And there it is. So 6 games to 4, the opening sets going to the American. And both players will have their coaches out on court in the change of sets.
All the balls that way? All the balls are that way? Rodlett, centre court. First set, Stevens, 6 games to 4. Time.
Robson.
So the second set about to get underway. So Stevens with the opening set, 6 games to 4.
15.
Match been in progress 47 minutes. Second ace for the match. First serve percentage 59%. The second serve that's a concern. Just winning 40% of those points. The second serve goes in. Ball floating. So Robson holds to love. Good start in the second set. He's faced 2 break points on her serve, Robson, but Stevens was able to capitalise. The wind is really starting to pick up, about 30 k's. Making conditions tough for the players. So a lot of balls floating, a lot of balls changes in direction. Part of the experience of playing at this venue.
Number 15.
First ace for the match for Sloane Stevens. Mentioned earlier that Laura Robson played last week in Shenzhen, the newest tournament on the WTA calendar over in China. Li Na was the top seed for that event, ended up taking out the title. Well, that surprised Stevens that was actually dropping in. In the last second realised that ball was going to be well in. Good presence of mind to still had that ball pretty deep. I think Robson was a little put off by that. Gives you an idea of what the wind is doing. Oh, not sure what she was thinking there. 2 minds as to maybe hit the drop shot or just slice and come forward. Instead, just cutting it into the court.
40 30.
It's going to be wide, so Stevens holds. All square in this second set.
1
First round main draw matches continuing tomorrow here at the Domain Tennis Centre. And we'll push into Tuesday as well. First round of the doubles getting underway. A bit later on, Ash Barty in action, teaming up with Buena Babusic. Overplaying again.
Love 50.
It's up too early. He's desperate to get into the net. Good serve for the lefty. He's got the advantage in the ad court. Being able to swing that ball out wide. Good finish again from Robson. How aggressively comes to the net too. Got plenty of doubles experience. Just overplaying again. Unforced errors continue to rack up. Having game points, just looking to put it away. Serving first in the second set. Always have the advantage. That's better. Stevens getting a little frustrated, but not much he could do off that return. That's better. Got a good look at that first serve. Just struggling with the breeze, which has picked up significantly now. And double there was always on. This one continues to pick up. Need to make an adjustment on this ball toss just to get this ball back into play. That's wide. So struggling with the ball toss on serve, Robson, but still the unforced errors are a bit of a problem. Stevens with the break. 2-1 now in this second set.
Fifteen left.
Second ace for Stevens in the match. Oh, it's nicely done. Making the most of these windy conditions, getting the better of them, consolidating the break. 3-1 now.
Stevens leads by 3 games to 1.
Sloane says that her favourite surface is clay. Reached the 4th round of the French Open last year. And that's 4th round of the French Open. Sloane played a pretty good match against Sam Stosur. Eventually went down 7-5, 6-4. Some good wins along the way, though. Beats Katarina Makarova, Bethany Matek-Sands, and Mathilde Johansson. That's great depth from Robson. And I think that ball would have disappeared into the crowd. It's actually woken up that spectator. I think may have nodded off. Don't want to do that when the ball's heading towards you. So good hold for Laura Robson. Still down a break though. Stevens 3-2 in the second set.
Stevens leads by 3 games to 2. Love test.
Now an opportunity opening up here for Robson. Try and get this break back.
Love horse.
So break points here for Robson. Trying to get back into this. That's well done. Robson does get the break. All square in this second set. 3 games all.
3 games all.
Hour and 10 minutes this match has been going. Earlier it was Olga Gavotsova of Belarus upsetting the 5th seed Carlos Suarez Navarro in straight sets. Top seed in the qualifying event, Mandy Manella, grabbing a win in 3 sets on centre court as well. Doubles to come. There's the last of the qualifying matches to be completed on the outside courts. Nicely done. The off forehand by Stevens. The ball nice and high, taking it pretty early too. Just coming down on it. That extra power. First serve percentage starting to lift as well. So important. There's plenty of power on that first serve. Oh, did well there. And right to put the racket up as well, Sloane Stevens. That was an interesting return. The ball really jumped towards it. And then a bit of luck as well. Oh, Robson doing the right thing, coming to the net. So game point here to move to 4-3. no idea to go up the line, but playing off the ball, really, with the wind doing what it's doing at the moment, to make absolutely sure flatten that ball out. She'll be disappointed, and it is Sloane Stephens. The wind really is picking up the ball, and it appears that Robson has the advantage with it at the moment. Disappointed with that. Probably in these baseline rallies can take another step or two in. A couple of times where Stephens has dropped the ball in short, or with the wind, the ball is not coming in as quick as what it was in the first set. Well done. A little lucky there too, Laura Robson, because it was a nothing first volley. Nice work just to cut it off the second one there. And that's long. So Robson holds. We're on serve in this second set. 4-3.
Robson leads by 4-3.
Okay.
Fifteen up.
So now a bit of cover with the grandstand behind her. Stephens will have the better of the conditions. Making the most of them too. Ace number 3 for the match. seen too many times where Robson's got the better of the baseline rallies. That'll be a common sight over the next week. Players struggling with the ball toss. So Stevens holds that. Too many problems. Back square for all second sets.
Run across with that one, please.
Nicely done. Good jamming serve. Stevens couldn't get out of the way. Get away with it at 30 love, but really again that ball should have been put away down the line. Court really opened up off the serve. That's good serving by Robson. Really picked it up in his second set. And Robson leading 5-4 now in the second set after Stevens took the first 6 games to 4.
It's just in a drawer. I can get the ball kicked.
I got it.
15 love.
Great setup from Stevens. Mentioned tricky to play. It's wreaking havoc with the ball toss, but also those sort of points need to make that adjustment. Certainly as this second set has gone on, I think Robson's confidence has grown. Not so many unforced errors that we saw in the opening set.
That's good.
Just a second double fault for Sloane Stevens in the match. Well, that first set percentage has been pretty consistent. It's been Robson who's lifted her level. Important stage of the match right here.
40.
Well done. 5-all now in this second set.
5 games stop.
Forward. And back to the net. Thanks, Bobo. Back to the net. Thanks.
Just missing. Robson doesn't need to press so much. Has the breeze. Right in the corner. She's tried a couple of times to work up that line, trying to get the ball right in that spot. Well done by Robson again. That was a tricky overhead to hit. With the windy conditions. Did well to get on top of that. And was still in control of the point. Did really well. Again,
30 off.
saw a couple of points ago, putting the ball into the corner, trying to generate that angle. It's about the fourth time we've seen just too much. Bit of serve, a heavier serve that time from Robson. That's nicely done. So we're still on serve in this second set. There's Stevens coming out to force it to a tie break. Plenty more still to come at the Domain Tennis Centre throughout this afternoon and for the whole week. Doubles action next up on the centre court. And a little bit later on it'll be an all-Australian clash between Ash Barty and Bojana Babusic. And they're taking on Stephanie Bengtson, New South Wales, and Jess Moore of WA. So that'll be up a little bit later.
Jane.
We'll be back up and online for that match. There is another doubles match being played just before it, but then we'll be back with the All-Australian clash to finish off the day. A beautiful day it's been at the Domain Tennis Centre here in Hobart. But in the meantime, a really interesting match. Sloane Stevens, the first set, 6-4. After an exchange of breaks early on in this set, we've been on serve, so it's Stevens now serving to stay in the sets.
Love 15. Just was left a bit flat-footed there. Need to take another step across.
Robson as the wind picked up that ball. So a couple of times at the last second that Robson had to adjust her shot. So good hold for Stevens, and certainly starting off the tiebreaker at this end will be a big advantage. A little more comfortable with the players at the bottom of your screen.
Roll them down, roll them down. One at the net. Roll them down. Yeah, roll your one down so she gets it. Yeah, much more. For every point, trying to pick 5 at the service and 1 at the net. Yep.
So Robson to get us underway in the tiebreak. That's not the way to start it, particularly when you're serving first.
Other end. Roll the balls first, roll the balls first.
5th at double faults for the match for Robson. So those were in the opening set.
Hold.
That's wide. Didn't really need to go so close to the line. Stevens was way out of court.
Stevens.
Ace number 4.
Balls down.
A perfect start in this tie break. First to 7, advantage of 2. Well, again, playing with the breeze, those shots tend to drop in. Going to be tough now for Robson to get this back. Two serves to come from Stevens.
Roll that one. This one to see. Just pick up this ball. Pick up this ball. Just stand up. Yeah.
And his unforced errors have started to creep back in again. Laura Robson, a really good period in that second set. Just started to lift. The unforced errors drops, but just come at bad times, particularly in the business end of this set. Commanding lead now for Sloane Stevens, the number 8 seed. That's better from Robson, who'll be
Roll the ball down, thank you. Roll the ball down.
pretty happy that she's down the bottom of your screen now. Try and make some inroads into this lead, but
Roll your one, roll it.
tiebreak might be too far gone. That's not blowing back in. Complete mishits.
Stevens. Correction looks good. Replay the plane.
Really close to the line, but umpire in best position.
Post down, thank you. Roll the ball, thank you.
5-4. Stevens.
So 2 serves to come now for Stevens. Still with the mini break. Now we have match point for Sloane Stevens. Another unforced error from Laura Robson. Was well and truly in that last point, but gave it away. And that's missed as well.
2 sets to love. 6-4.
The number 8 seed is through to the second rounds, the 2013 Moorilla Hobart International. 6-4, 7-6, Sloane Stevens over Laura Robson. And Stevens now will play either a qualifier or Simona Halep in the next rounds. But will be very pleased with her performance.
6-4, 7-6, 4 in the top.
Match just going over an hour and 40 minutes. Robson put up a great performance, but really too many unforced errors, crucial times. Really just undid her work there, and Sloane Stevens pretty consistent throughout. You're pretty happy with her 64% first serve percentage, winning 72% of those. Winning more in the second serve department, 53%, just 28 for Laura Robson. That was a difference as well. Held on to her break points when they came up. Really was just the more consistent player of the two in tricky conditions at the Domain Tennis Centre. So here at the Moorilla Hobart International, the day one action will be continuing as Sloane Stevens having a bit of fun with the crowd. But coming up, we've got some main draw doubles to come. Number 4 seeds in action there. Also Simona Halep as well. But we'll be back after that to bring you the All-Australian clash between Ashley Barty and Bojana Babusic. and Stephanie Bengtson and Jess Moore. The opening rounds, the main draw doubles, it'll be coming up after the next doubles match on our feature court at the Domain Tennis Centre as the 2013 Moorilla Hobart International continues.
Ensures your business optimises its presence across all realms